Good afternoon. This is a video on how to get around in Teams. So I'm going to sign into Teams. You might have to set up your multi-layer multi authentication. But I've already been into this 50 times today, so it knows me. First thing that's going to happen here is I'm going to go up here and I'm going to make myself available up here. Notice that it's my NBCC account. So it's Christy.McHugh at NBCC.ca. That's showing me I'm using the NBCC account, not a personal account. Now, navigating around, your teams are the most important thing, and your calendar. So in the calendar, I'm going to always change my calendar to not the work week, but the week. I want to see Sundays and Saturdays on there as well. And I'm going to change. I'm going to see upcoming this week on Friday. I've got a couple classes. Next week, back in the brunt of it. Big class on Monday, right? Our class, everybody together on Monday, and then separate classes on Friday. Also, teams. If you have followed my previous instructions, you should. I'll show you now how to do it. Okay, you're gonna have this team for sure, plus either this one if you're in plumbing and pipe fitting, or you're gonna have this one as your second one if you're in electrical. So every student must do the following things: open each team and accept all the meetings. So for example, on the Monday, it says right in the title, Monday classes. If you go in here, you hit general, you're going to have this meeting right here. It's going to say every Monday. You click on this once. It's going to take you to the meeting time. Up here in the corner, where my mouse is pointing, you have to hit, I forget if it's accept the meeting, the language, but right here in this corner, something will accept the meeting or add to the calendar or something. And once you do that, that meeting will go into your calendar, and it's a hell of a lot easier to enter class. Either way, that will get you. You'll see what it'll do. You have to turn your camera on or off. Okay, I'm out in the garage right now. You turn your microphone off. You're going into a meeting, and you hit join. And that's how you get into a class. I'll turn this off now. That's how you would do it. So I would say accept your meetings. Okay, so there's also one here farther down. Well, it's up top now. Open tutorial for Friday afternoons. I would ask you click on that and accept that meeting as well. So it goes into your calendar. And then once you do that, and the computer gets its arse together here, you will go back over here to the calendar, and you will see that on the 11th, the first Monday, there'll be a meeting right there. To join the class, all you have to do is click on that. Click on that link, this box, and click on it once, and then hit join. That's the easiest way, in my opinion, to get into a class. Once you accept the meeting, it will go to the calendar. Just hit this once, and then join, and you're in. Going back to Teams. So do it for both in the Monday class, and then find your second team. So again, if you're a plumber, pipe fitter, it would look like this. To open that up, there's going to be one meeting request. Click on it once, accept it. See, 3 people have already accepted. These nerds, yay for you guys. They've already accepted, they're already in. And once you accept, it goes to your calendar. If you're in electrical class, Are there any nerds here? Oh, there's already talking to me. Look at this. Jose and Aziz have already sent messages to me. Fantastic. And again, one person's accepted so far, Aziz. Okay, accept the meeting, and then you can get to that meeting through your calendar. Calendar's the best. Again, change the calendar to week. Okay. The chat. I always talk about the private chat. The private chat along the side, you go up here to this pencil, and you would search my name, and you would start a chat with me or somebody else, a coworker, for example. What will happen if I type my own name? Can I have a chat with myself? Nice to see. I'll just say yo, 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 and see if what happens if I send a chat to myself. So my name's up there. Oh, look, I've already had a chat with myself. I must have Alzheimer's. Okay. Excellent. Okay, that's how you do a private chat. If you want to make a phone call, then you go up here. Well, I can't make a phone call to myself, but I click on somebody else, like the IT lady who's genius. I can call her through Teams here, video chat or an audio chat. I think that's just fantastic. The only thing you're going to want to know, biggest right now on your list, will be the settings. So up here beside the picture, I'd like you to add a picture. You can click on the round symbol and add a photo that way. I'm sure you can all figure that out. But beside the picture to the left, notice I made myself available. You can be away, you can be offline, you can do whatever. Right now I'm available, but to the left is the settings. Every once in a while, go down here and check for updates. You can just ignore that in the background. But the settings, please pay attention. So the settings, what's going to irritate you to no end is going to be the pop-ups. So to fix the pop-up situation, I suggest you go down here to notifications. And the biggest thing you're going to want to do here is, okay, there's two kinds of pop-ups. They usually come in the bottom right-hand corner. They can be pop-ups from the Windows or your Mac, or it can be a pop-up from Teams itself. If it's a pop-up from Teams, it's called in the banner. So keep that in mind, the word banner. So I don't like shit popping up on me all the time. Makes me crazy. So my notification style, I want my notifications to come into Teams and not in Windows in the corner. Okay? Teams notifications. I don't want the binging and the bonging, the noises, but sometimes I do, depending on the situation. If I turn that on, I get sounds when I get calls and notifications. But right here's where you want to pay attention to. Teams and channels. As we add messages to each other in the chat during a Teams virtual class, it's going to bounce like crazy in the bottom corner of your screen. You're not going to be happy because it's going to be distracting. I recommend you go here over to the right where it says custom. And then along these choices, any replies to conversations that I've started, me or you, note your choices. Banner means that pop up on the right, and the feed means only inside Teams. Change everything to only in the feed for the Teams and channels classes, and you will not be inundated with messages popping up during class time. Okay? Only in the feed. Now notice now here, if somebody starts a new post in a channel, I might get a pop-up here in my banner, but I can turn that off if I want to. Only in the feed. Okay? So back to settings. Now the other chat, where I showed you yesterday, where I sent earlier when I sent a message to myself, that's the regular chat, which is the chat outside over here where it says chat. If I get a message from my coworker or my boss, I want that to pop up. I don't want to pop up during a meeting. Otherwise, I want it to pop up. So again, go back to settings, show you the distinction here. So that chat, okay, I'll see what I have written down here. I want messages to come up. I don't want them popping up. Well, I do want them popping up, actually, in my banner, but I override it right here where it says meetings and calls. Okay, I don't want those banner pop-ups when I'm during class or in a call. So I've got those muted while I'm in class. Now I do want to have a banner pop up when it's class time or a meeting time. Sometimes I forget. Oh shit, I'm supposed to be in a meeting. That's helpful. So I leave that one on. Okay. I think that's the main stuff in settings that you can go through and you can check how you like to have things set up, which color contrast depending on your eyes or whatever. Your language. You should probably try to keep it in not your own home country language, but the local one is probably better. You can go through these, but notifications are definitely the custom for the teams and channels, and then your edit for meetings and calls. You can go back and look at this later. Hope that helps navigating around Teams. Remember, if you want to call me, start a chat and go up here and do a video call or a phone call. Best of luck to you. Hope you're successful getting around this crazy Teams technology.